Welcome back to the Mindcrack server! We are back on the Mindcrack server. Today we're going to be building a wheat farm that's going to terrace out and take all of its water supply from our one source block of water for the entire lens, which is right there, which has been distributed down here. We're also going to talk a little bit about UHC in general and Season 7 in particular. Oh, I don't have any... I really should... I've been carrying around ender eyeballs with me since I have so many now. They're so easy to get. I forgot. But anyway, we're going to be making a wheat farm here. And I've been spending quite a bit of time sort of blueprinting this, getting the basic concepts worked out in creative mode. And I have the basics of it worked so that I know it's going to be functional. I don't have all the kinks worked out, but I know it's going to work. So I won't have to spend a ton of time cutting out footage. I can just get straight to building and talk while I build. Hopefully, let's see, have some leaves for scaffolding. So first, some basics about how this is going to work. We're going to need to split this water spout here to provide the water that's going to go between the different fields. So here's how it's going to be. We're going to have 3 fields of wheat. They're going to be 7 blocks wide. That's 5. So that'll be 1 field. And the water is going to, we're going to use pistons to wash the wheat down the wheat fields, as I'm sure you've seen in different farm builds over time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This will be another wheat field, and there will be a channel of water in between to provide hydration for the dirt blocks, the soil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and then there will be a block here for water, and then a border there, a wall to hold the water in, basically. So this is going to be the width of the basic wheat farm, and we're going to use a few things. We're going to automate the whole thing with pistons and with redstone wiring. So one of the things we're going to do, we're going to eventually enclose the whole thing so that we can use lights that turn on and off. And when you reduce planted wheat to a low enough light level, it will pop out of the ground. So we're going to have lights that we can turn off to pop the wheat out, and then we're going to have pistons that retract to allow water to flow over the fields to wash the wheat to one easy place to collect it. You'll still have to plant it manually, obviously, but it takes a lot of the hassle out of the system. Let's see, we're going to have a 2-block gap to show the water pouring down from the one source, like we did with these over there. Let's build this up. So one of the tricky things I've had to figure out is how to take one water source and not only spread it to these channels here, which are going to be there and there, which is simple enough, but to also spread it out so that we can use pistons to release the water to spread out this way without getting water stuck in these channels, because water tends to move towards the nearest hole it can find. Alright, I'm back. Put a little supply box over there to help me not have to go back and forth so often. Let's shut off the water. Okay, so I don't need to keep this closed anymore until we're ready to test it. So 1 piece of water is going to go here into the center of this farm strip. The other one's going to go in the center of that one. And then here's the tricky bit. We've got to redirect these 2 to go down to the bottom to the center of this one. And actually, I tried this, and if you only do 3, if you try and break it 3 ways, it won't work. This has to be like this. I believe that is right, like that. That should split 4 ways, yep. So we're going to go under here and then like that, so it'll go straight down to the bottom. we can finally talk about Ultra Hardcore Season 7, which at least my role in it has recently finished. Actually, I want to go one block lower than this so I can get under this lip. So let's break that dirt and come here. And let's put some torches in here because this is still dark. I still get monster spawns all the time. Kurt's still going strong. And at the time of this being uploaded, you've already seen episode 6 in which I meet my match. I finally die. We were caving again, which I'm sure I'm going to receive some comments on about how that always gets me killed. But Kurt is still going strong. He's got some dogs. He's got lots of equipment. He's got strong survival instincts. Man, that guy is impossible to kill. I think maybe it has something to do with Farlands are bust. If you think about it, his normal Let's Play habit is just to wander through the countryside. I mean, albeit in one direction, but I don't know. Maybe something about that helps him have some skills for Ultra Hardcore, for wandering around and not taking damage, I guess. Maybe that's just pure conjecture, and that doesn't really... there's no real weight to that theory, but that's a theory I've tossed around. Or maybe he's just better than me. Or maybe he gets into less dangerous situations. Okay, you know what I should probably do is just bulldoze this whole thing. All of this wood. It's kind of in the way. Yeah. It's just going to be in the way. I put it there just to get an idea of what it would be like to have something at the end of each path, but that's not the actual shape any of these things are going to take. So that is, let's see, to get back I need to come this way. Alright, I'll tell you what, I'm going to do this off camera and I'll be back with you as soon as I bulldoze this thing. There, that's much better. I feel like I can think a little bit more clearly now. All that, the old platform that was just a placeholder to get an idea of what it would look like to have something there. It was being a little distracting. So now we can see what's really there. All of these leaves are just scaffolding, so we can just look at the actual sandstone. So we've got the sandstone channel here is going to be bringing water down to here and there and there. So we need to create 3 troughs, or actually just one big trough. So let's make some more scaffolding to get up there with our ever handy leaves. One of my few epiphanies to make scaffolding with leaves. Very convenient. So then we want this to drop maybe 1 or 2 blocks. Let's make it 1 block. Damn it, it's raining again. Let's make it drop 1 block, because if we keep dropping it 2 blocks in between each thing, we're going to run out of room pretty quickly. Ooh, food levels getting low. So we need a trough like this. And I need to be 1 block lower. Grab that back. Okay. Then if I can pop up here, I can get rid of that. And this guy, then we can extend this sideways. So anyway, Ultra Hardcore Season 7 finished. Actually, it's still going on. My involvement in it is finished because I just died. Let's see, we want to be looking at that. Actually, let's go ahead and remove this little thing to signify the edge of the thing. We don't need that right now. And let's put a torch where each of these is going to be falling. I died, and I think the drunk experiment, playing drunk, I think that's coming to an end. Whoa! Oh god! Oh boy! Oh boy! Block lag. Thank God I have that scaffolding. Oh man. I will no longer be playing drunk. I know some people found it very amusing. Some people found it a little frustrating. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one playing drunk. I know a few people were having a drink here or there, but I was purposely going out to try to get drunk. And turns out I don't play very well when I'm drunk. Surprise, surprise. Okay, so here's where one is going to be coming down, and then we've got one in the middle there. No, there. Okay. So it's kind of frustrating when I had to edit that footage and watch myself play. How many stupid mistakes I made. Actually, I raged a little bit watching myself. But I hope people found it entertaining. Next time, I will be playing sober, or at least mostly sober. So let's see, this is going to come down here, and it's going to create a trough. Like this. The reason we split it like this is so that it will spread evenly to each side of our wheat fields. I may have gone too far there. So this is going to be that, and then 1, 2, 3 is so if our wheat fields are 7 blocks wide, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's that. And then this right here is going to be where the trough with the water is going to be. See, did I measure that right? I can't really tell from here, but I'm pretty sure I did. Actually, I'm not going to be playing drunk anymore, i.e. Drinking Belgian ale, but I will probably be having like a little scotch or something just for fun. I may get a little tipsy, just not actually drunk. Actually, in Season 7, I made it a point to start drinking before we started so that I could get to that level of when I went on the rampage in Season 6 and burnt down the forest. So I could get to that level of silly quicker. And it just ended up meaning that I played really poorly. So I may have a little scotch or something in future seasons, but it won't be the same. Or actually, when I was in school, I used to drink scotch like when I have to stay up for a project all night long. I used to drink scotch as a substitute to coffee because it actually keeps me up. What's going on here? I'm not really paying attention to their texting. I know Paws and Etho pranked MC Gamer recently. So let's see. This needs to come out 1, 2, 3, and then drop on the 4th one. So we'll just do that. This isn't necessary, but we're going to do it anyway for aesthetics. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, so this one's set up. We can get rid of that. And then we're going to need holes in the middles. So if this is where the spout's going to come, 1, 2, 3, that's the edge. This will be the downspout. Got a downspout there. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay, let's go back down to the scaffolding and look at it from below, and I guess we can start putting in the dirt. Alright, so here we are looking at it from below. These are all 7 wide, or they should be. And these are going to be the 3 farm plots. And they're going to cascade out to either side, which I'll illustrate in a second. I'm just checking the measurements, make sure I did all this right. It looks correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then these spots here are going to be the irrigation to keep the farmland moisturized, full of water, irrigated, whatever. So now we need to come up here and let's see. We need a row of pistons right here. Man, I'm going to use up all my leaves doing this crap. That's okay, they're easy to get, which is why I'm using them. So let's go ahead and make a row here. So when I was in school, I used to, when I would be working on a project where I'd have to be up all night, I actually used to use single malt scotch as a substitute for coffee. If you're up all night drinking coffee, what I found is that it'll help you stay up for a while. Eventually you end up getting these jitters, and the caffeine becomes a little overpowering. Scotch, for whatever reason, if you just sip it really slowly over a period of time, I'm not talking about trying to get tipsy or drunk or even more than ever so slightly buzzed, but if you just sip it over a long period of time, it helps you stay up. And I have no idea why, but that was the case with me, and I had several friends that all did the same thing. I don't know which of us got it from the other. They got it from me, or I got it from them, or we discovered it together. I don't really remember. But yeah, we used to use single malt scotch because we would have these projects where we'd have to be up all night, and we used alcohol instead of the traditional coffee. Interestingly enough, almost out of scaffolding, but that's okay. We're about to the point where we can start laying down the dirt, and I can start to show you the shape this thing is going to take. We can do a few little tests. We need to put down some piston. No, it needs to be an up piston. I guess I'll just do a little jump to make sure it does it right. And speaking of ultra hardcore strategy, there's a few things to keep in mind. One, when you're there's a lot of pressure, and it's hard to understand it unless you've like been in an actual competitive ultra hardcore season with other players. A lot of things just fly right out of your brain when you're under pressure. Your brain can only keep track of so many things at once, especially when you're trying to keep up a commentary. But another thing to consider, which I think is probably the most important, is that we record them in advance, because it's hard to schedule everyone together when you have 12 different YouTubers, and some of them live in Europe, some of them are in North America and whatnot, a lot of different time zones and schedules and all that kind of stuff. We have to record it all in one go. Otherwise, it would be too hard to get everyone together again at the same time. That's why sometimes, like, Doc wasn't in a season because he had to work, Etho wasn't in one season because he had to work. So if we broke up the recording sessions, it would cause problems. So anyway, we recorded all in one go, and we recorded season 6 and 7 back to back on consecutive weekends. We recorded on Friday night one week, and the next season we recorded season 6 on one Friday and season 7 on the Friday after. So when we recorded season 7, none of us had seen season 6 at all, except for our own personal perspectives. So all of these sort of lessons that people learn and all the sort of things that developed in season 6, none of us really knew about. None of us saw how Anders got all that gold. None of us saw the enchanting going on, all that kind of stuff, and all the different sort of strategies and tendencies that showed up and mistakes that people made. We didn't really have time to learn from that kind of stuff because we hadn't seen any of it. So, ooh, Baj always getting shot by the skellies. Having said that, going into season, what I assume will be season 8, the next one, I have learned a lot, and I have pretty much completely revamped my style or my strategy. Some things will still be the same. I'm still going to be playing in the psychological warfare game mode, I guess, where I try to get inside people's heads and leave weird things in the environment and burn things down and leave lava flowing everywhere. All that kind of stuff I still plan to do. 1, 2, let's see, this needs to go 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I still plan to do all that stuff, but I've had the time to not only watch other people play, but watch myself play and analyze my own gameplay, see what other people do that is successful, and I have pruned out a lot of things that weren't working. I've added things that I think will work. I've basically streamlined everything, and you're going to see a pretty different approach next time from me. I do not think I'm going to have no, I definitely don't have enough dirt, but I'll go farm some later. Okay, so let's see this. Let's get this back. I should have gotten to get more leaves. I guess I'll do that later. So those are the 3 farm plots. Then we're going to need the channel for the water to go through, like so. Actually, let's get rid of that too. And we will wire this stuff up later. So a lot of my ideas have evolved. I have a whole new concept of how to approach it. That some things will be familiar, some things will be totally different. But I'm not actually going to talk about it too in depth because I don't want to tell anyone else either what my ideas are, because I think I have some pretty good ideas for how to approach it. Although I'm sure pretty much everyone probably is thinking the same thing, and rightly so, that they've learned a lot and everyone else is improving too. I don't expect everyone else to just remain static, but I have a lot that's going to change next time. I'm excited to record the next one, which we probably won't be doing until patch 1.3 comes out, and who knows when that's going to be. And that's going to change a lot. There's going to be ruins in the wilderness. There's going to be tripwires. The ruins are going to have a decent amount of stuff in their little treasure chest things. Ooh, bad. It's taken out again. I wonder if he's working on a skelly spawner or something. Okay. I can do this here. So maybe in just a second we'll do a little proof of it's working. I'm gonna have to set up the piston. Oh, actually no, I don't, because they're already up there. Yeah, in just a second, as soon as I finish this first tier of the farm, and this farm is going to tier here, down 1 block and out 7 more blocks, and then it's going to drop off and tier inwards twice more. So we're going to have, if you see this basic square shape of plot, we're going to have 24 of them, basically. 24. Okay, let's drop down here. And then, so this is the edge of it. Let's make a little wall here to hold that. So as I said before, this is going to take a while, this wheat farm. And I think, I'm running low on sandstone, which is not good. And I'm going to run out of dirt, so I'm going to have to do some farming in the middle of this episode at some point. This may take me a few days to film, so you won't notice it really, but I'll certainly notice how long it takes. So bear with me. And for the episodes that take a really long time to film, I'm probably going to start putting mid-rolls in the videos, because of how long they take. A lot of people don't really understand how long it takes to make YouTube videos. And particularly for big construction projects like this, I have to not only film myself building this stuff, I've got to harvest all the resources for it, and I've got to figure out what I'm doing. I spent several hours yesterday just playing around in creative, trying to get the overall function of this thing to work right. Spent several hours just with that. A lot of time spent, oops, I'm making this too high. A lot of time spent gathering resources and getting ready to record. Then each episode usually takes me a few hours to record at least. And then on top of that, I have to edit it afterwards, which usually takes a few hours. And then I have to upload it, manage comments, make thumbnails, add it to playlists, all that kind of stuff. And all that kind of stuff takes time. So I probably spend 4 to 8 hours per video. And these construction ones take longer than the sort of more adventuring ones where I'm just, caving or whatever. They take a lot longer. So I hope you guys don't mind that I start putting mid-rolls in the videos, but it really does help me out financially And I spend a lot of time on these videos, and I don't think a lot of people understand that how much time it takes. And basically, it's basically free entertainment, which is the awesome thing about YouTube. But without ads, YouTube would disappear. It wouldn't exist because it wouldn't be profitable. All the servers running, holding all the videos, and all the people working for YouTube, and all the people making videos for YouTube, all that stuff takes money. And without ads, it would just vanish. So you have to watch like a 5 to 10 second ad every now and then. And in exchange, you get some cool free videos, which I think is awesome. So let's go ahead and stopper these up. So we're going to do a test real quick. And then I'm going to have to take a break in recording to farm more materials because I am running out. I don't have enough to do this project with what I have. So anyway, I will be putting mid-rolls on videos more often because it does help me out a ton financially. And just with the amount of time I spend making these videos, I kind of have to. I have to make up the amount of time I spend somehow. Otherwise I'll starve, and you wouldn't want that, would you? Okay, so that's ready. Now we can go hit that piston up there. Let's see, let's build a scaffolding up to this. Give me that back. Alright, let's do a little proof. So once again, let's come over here where we can look at it. Sun's going down, although I torched it up, so it should be okay. So we're going to have 3 fields, which are going to cascade outward from these water supplies. And we're going to go down a block here, and the water is going to cascade over this lip here and keep going. And we've got to split this water to provide irrigation down the sides to keep the farmland irrigated, otherwise it'll revert to dirt. And then we've also got to have floodgates that will allow the water to wash over the fields and sweep all the wheat down to one easy to pick up location. So, and we have to do all that with one measly little source block. So here's how it works. It comes down here, splits into 4. This one goes over to there, and that one goes over to there, and these 2 split and go underneath here just to go in the center. Then these, and you have to center all these so that they will go equally to either side. Otherwise they will just go to the nearest hole, and they won't come out of the other one. So this splits equally, goes there and there. This splits equally, goes there and there, and this splits equally and goes there and there. You could do away with this one if you weren't going to automate the harvesting. We're going to have pistons here which are going to hold these blocks up, and when we hit the button to automate the thing, all of these are going to come down and the water is going to flow over here, and we're going to have half slabs over these to keep the water from just flowing in the nearest hole, which would be right here. So that's how it works. In a nutshell, I'm going to go harvest some materials, and I'll see you once I have a nice stockpile.